is how you create a sales receipt in a very easier way. We go to create sales receipt. After go to create sales receipt, you can see we have customer job. Those are some of the customers we have already created there. You can choose one of the customers. For example, Musa Silma is one of the customers, and those are the information about the customers. In this ad here, you can see we have the sales order number. We have the sales order number and the date of the transaction. You can come here, you adjust the date as per required. For this, for example, it's about the 17th, or you can choose a different date. You can see we have 24th, and you see the sales order number will automatically get a new number in this. Payment method is very crucial. You can choose cash. In most cases, you should pay in cash. And then you come to here, you click the item, and you can see we have a list of service and items we are dealing with. In this case, I can choose, for example, Lenovo. In this case, after choosing Lenovo, you can see the description of the Lenovo, and you can choose the quantity that customer want. Maybe this customer needs 2 of those items. As per the charges of one item, you can see it is that 1,900, which is taxed. In this case, you can see this amount. The moment you just click there, you see the amount are doubled by 2 because it is 2 quantity. Now it is 63,800, while one is 31,000. As per this, we have the VAT, which is 8,800, which is now 16%. In this case, you can now see if this item, for example, is exempted from tax. For example, you just come here and remove amount include VAT. The moment you select that one thing you will realize that the amount will change from that amount, which was that 1,900, to be 27,500. That is exemption of tax. And now you can see that is where you can see is even if that amount have that one, and you come here, you put, for example, exemption of the tax, you can see that amount will be small, and that is where you can see 16% of the tax is a very crucial margin as per the taxman. In this case, you require to add another item here. You can have maybe the customer required about a VAG, the service of installation of the software. In this case, you can see maybe you require to have one. In this case, just require to put one, and now you can go to adding as many items as possible as per the need of your client. We require maybe another item which is a bit different from there. You require maybe power cables. You require to come and choose for power cables. Maybe he need 20 of them, and you can move on to have more items. For example, system unit. The category here is system unit, but it requires variety by the name, compact or Dell. You can see the description of that Dell, and now you can have 3 of them. One thing you can see those one is the one you want. We have the customer message there. You can choose, for example, thank you for your business, or we appreciate your prompt payment. That is the message for the client. And now in this case, you can see some of the items which is not taxable and some of items which is taxable. You can see when you see about the total VAT, which is 12,000, and you have the total amount which is 9,092,672, the total amount after including the VAT for those items. You may choose to click save and new, or click save and close if you are through. If there is more items, just click save and new, and you see some of the information. For example, just click yes, this one because of the date, and you click close because of the spelling information. Just close. You see now it is blank. Do the same to the second client. Just click another client by the name Rafael Chiboy, for example, and now you put the date of transaction. Maybe it can be the same or different, and you can see the receipt number, which is the sales number, have now different from 5 down to 6. You can see, and you have the payment method. In this case, the payment method, you can just come, maybe for example you have choose to pay through cash, and you do the same. Just put the items he or she requires. Just put, for example, require to have Toshiba. I have to require to have another one, for example, HP Compact. Those two of them, 1 unit each. So just put 1 by 1 unit here. Got to come and put this one, 1 unit there, or 1 unit like that. Both of them are taxable, so you can include the amount to be inclusive of VAT. Then you put it there, and now you can see the changes of that amount without the VAT and with the VAT. Then from there, you can just come and put this message is very crucial about all work is complete, or please remit the addresses or pressure to work with you. In this case, just click save and close. When you are through, just click save and close, and now you see the information. Just click yes, close, and now you see it's already closed. That's how you do transaction on create sales receipt. After when you are through with that one, just click record. To click record, you see now the transaction you have done, which is now the sales order number 5 and 6. You can just click tick there, another tick, and now both of them, there's a total amount. Click OK. You go to the bank. In this bank information, you can start by choosing the bank account you want to be paid with. For example, I need Equity Bank Sachem College. Just get this information, just click OK. In this case, the date of recording deposit, maybe it's next month, which is around 2nd. Now that one, I require to change the date for that, and the memo should be deposit. That one won't change. In this case, you can see some of the amount which is there to be deposited, deposit total, which is 153,820, and we have the deposit total the same. In this case, maybe you cannot record, you cannot even go and deposit the same amount. In this case, even 20 bob. Maybe you can choose to do to put now this small cash in this petty cash. So you can choose the petty cash account, which is the cash account, and now choose the bank, the cashback memo. In this case, you can write office expenses. Just type office expenses, and now after type office expense, we have now the amount, which is, for example, it is 20 bob in this case. And now you can see the moment I put there, I click there, you can see the amount have changed now from that one, which is 150,800, to the one which will be deposited, and the other one will remain as a petty cash or cash account. Just click save and close to deposit that cash. Then you get the information, just click yes. And now one thing you realize, the amount in petty cash have increased with 20 bob, and the other amount have been deposited to the different accounts. So you can see this amount is changing. Each and every time we do transaction, the amount changes differently. That is how the transaction done from accurate sales receipt to record deposit.